You know,
Go live.
these are better. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. All right. So now we are being live streamed. Five,
Got it.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Now we got that cracking. All right, cool. So we're about to hit record. So let's get it.
All right.
Record on this computer.
Peace,
peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo. And you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. You heard? Today we are kicking off a very, very special show. I got my fellow Brooklynite. I just found out she is from Brooklyn. Whoop, whoop, bop, bop. You already know how we do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ladies and the Stamp, Coach T. Give a round of applause for Coach T, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have the sound effects and all that shit in the background too. So you already know I'm gonna turn up all the way. So I am so excited to have you on here. Thank you, Coach T, for being on and setting off. This is actually the continuation of the Queen Edition. Believe it or not, when I first did the Queen Edition, I was only able to get 2 women.
Oh wow!
So I was like, damn, that's not a real season for Queen Edition. And I was like, all right, let me reach out to more of the sisters out here that's really making an impact. And I remember when I first saw you, you had a billboard in lights. And I was like, stop the press.
Okay.
Who is this person with a billboard standing in front of it like, what up? Right. And
you know, I was so extra.
Yeah,
right. And I was so
Brooklyn.
impressed. I was so impressed with you on that alone, because I was like, this person went above and beyond the Call of Duty on this one. So, Coach T, please tell the ladies and gentlemen who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Yes.
So I am excited to be here because I have been following you as well. You know, in the notary world, we follow each other, especially because we look for guidance. So it was such a pleasure when you reached out to me. I was like, oh, me? You talking to me? So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share with your team. So my name is Tanika. That's why they say Coach T. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I live in Georgia. I've been here for maybe about 13 years, but I've always been a notary. I just, at the beginning of the time when I was a notary, you know, I didn't know that you can do anything but be at your job and stamp some documents. So that's kind of how I started, until I started teaching myself and learning along the way, finding people doing different things. And it was like, oh, you can do more than just this, right? But of course, you know, you can't do it if your job is paying for it. So you have to do things on your own. So, you know, it took me a while to kind of step out of that and be comfortable enough to get away from that employee mentality and turn it into something that I can do on my own. But nevertheless, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. I actually been a notary since 2009.
Okay.
It's been a long time. But I didn't really step into this whole, you know, boss business thing until maybe 2019.
Nice.
Yep,
So what do you specialize in exactly?
So I actually specialize in mobile notary and notary signing agent work. So I do the transition. So you start with the notary work, of course, because you can't do notary signing agent work without being a notary. And then I step into the notary signing agent. So it's kind of like a 2-step process with me. So that's pretty much where my specialty lies. I've studied so much about being a notary and what it takes and the laws that I ended up starting to study everybody else's state, not just mine. So that's how I was able to make it global. And the good thing that when I started following you and tech, for that matter, I noticed you both guys talk a lot about automation. So that's what caught my attention. And it was just like, yes, that's where I'm going with it. And so sometimes you have to take that and learn how to, hear what other people have to say and kind of collaborate with other people, learn their techniques or just get some ideas from them. And that's how I started following you guys, because it's like, okay, I'm only one person, but I'm learning everybody else's state. Like, it's got to be more to this. It's got to be more to me just being right here in Georgia. Especially since I'm from New York, because then people reaching out to me from New York like, hey, and I'm like, well, I'm actually in Georgia.
Right.
Oh, so you can't help me here? I can. So
however,
made me, right, exactly. So it made me do the stretch and got me out of my own comfort zone, because not only am I learning Georgia laws, it was challenging me to know just globally what you have to do as a notary. So I became really good at having classes that have a diverse. And so it would be a class full of people from Cali, Virginia, Detroit, New York, Texas. And so it helped me grow as well. But nevertheless, I specialize in teaching notaries as a whole, so that we're not getting caught up in this loophole with going to jail or getting charged for things or not knowing what we need.
Now that's really interesting, because Georgia is an attorney state. And anytime I'm talking to notaries in Georgia, there's a high level of fear there, because it's like, oh my God, I could get in trouble for this. I could get in trouble for that. How do I charge for this? How do you navigate around that to actually make money? Because the Georgia laws technically doesn't allow you to make any bread.
Oh, I love this question, because you don't understand what my DMs look like, and I start to ignore them.
I believe it.
It's like, you in Georgia, what are you talking about? Like, let me tell you something. I've been, the last 2 years, honestly, I'm just going to be totally honest. The last 2 years has been amazing for me with notary work in Georgia, especially as a notary signing agent. Yes, you cannot say that you are a loan signing agent in Georgia, but you definitely are a notary signing agent in Georgia. And the whole combination lies with having an attorney supervising the deal. And as long as you know and articulate that the attorney is supervising the deal, you can do the job. There are plenty closing attorneys in Georgia. Guys, I'm sure you see TV all the time. You see where we have a whole Atlanta real estate on TV like they got in Tampa. Some of those girls on that TV show are real estate agents. Like, they are real estate agents. Not only are that, they are attorneys. So you have closing attorneys as well. Closing attorney is who you want on your side when you're in an attorney state. So if you have closing attorneys on your side, or you are employed by, not necessarily have a 9-to-5 job, but if they're the ones calling you out for the job and it's their case, then now you become a notary signing agent, right? So it's who you marketing to that makes your business grow. And that's, a lot of people think, oh, the signing agent reached out to me and they want me to do a refinance, or they want me to do a full-blown closing. And so I don't have an attorney, so I'm going to turn it down. So what they don't realize is, read the documents. That's all it does, is take a step to read the documents. Is there an attorney attached to those documents? Reach out to that attorney and talk to that attorney. So now you establish that relationship with the attorney on the documents. And now that attorney is the supervising attorney for you, right? So when you get there, the first person you calling is the attorney. Who's going to be on the Zoom, or who's going to be on that phone call? The attorney. Who's explaining those documents? The attorney. So it'll go something, just to give you guys an idea of how it goes. So the attorney will get on the phone and say something like, hey, Tanika, we spoke already earlier. So, you know my name, and I'm handling this for you. Hey, Tanika, are you at the Joneses' house? Yep, I'm here. I have you on speakerphone. The Jones is here with me as well. Awesome. Go ahead and take out that warranty deed for me, and I'm going to start explaining that. Go ahead and take out this for me. Let me explain that. Okay, everything else is pretty much cut and dry. Are you ready can you do everything else? Oh, absolutely. I sure can. Okay, Tanika, if you have any problems, give me a call. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, it was nice talking to you. My notary will handle the rest of this. And if you guys have questions, give me a call. And Tanika, if not, text me when you leave. Let me know everything's good. Bam. The job is done. I just got $150 to do that. Right? So it's how you articulate stuff. It is how you do it. You absolutely can be a notary signing agent in Georgia.
I love that. I loved, wow. So it was all the positioning that you did. And plus it makes you look so much better too. So I didn't know that. So the lawyer doesn't have to physically be at the location.
No.
He could
the
be
lawyer
on.
does not. The lawyer has to be involved in that closing. The lawyer has to be involved in the process, in the documents, in the explanation, because as you know, as notary signing agents, we are not allowed to explain those documents, right? We can know as much as we want about them, because I've been in banking for 12 years. So I know all about mortgages, but that's not my place as a notary. So my place is to be a notary. And so as long as you know what you're there to do, you can get the job done. And when attorneys talk, just like notaries talk, right? When they find out, oh, I use this notary and this is how she handles it. Oh, well, let me call her. It's word of mouth that gets your business out. I don't care what business you're in. Word of mouth helps your business grow more than anything you could ever possibly do.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I always talked about this. I said, there was really never a notary signing agent position. It was two positions. It was a signing agent that accompanied the notary. They smashed and,
made something out of it.
Yeah. And then phase one position out and then cut the money in half and then had this notary signing agent. So Georgia is one of the few states that actually still keep the traditional way of doing things.
Exactly. And that's what makes it an attorney state. The crazy part is I get people that call me and say, hey, I called my state or I called NNA and I asked them, can I be a loan signing agent in Georgia? And they told me no. Absolutely right. Because you can't. Right? That's not what you should be calling to ask. That's not even a proper question. You're not a loan signing agent because you're not doing anything to facilitate a loan.
Yeah.
So when I teach my students, I make sure they understand you're a notary, right? And you're assisting in the loan signing process. So yes, you can call yourself a notary signing agent, but don't mistake that for saying, hey, I'm a loan signing agent. So if you've ever known any students or any students of mine that are, follow what I say, they know they're not a loan signing agent in an attorney state. You're a notary signing agent. So yeah, we kind of just married that. I just made it make sense for people who didn't understand.
I love it. I love it. You have a very unique superpower. Okay. Because this is definitely probably I couldn't tap into it. Tell the people about your superpower.
What's my superpower? I don't know.
Well, your superpower being working particularly with women, right? To complete their business and being a notary public in the notary industry.
Yes, absolutely.
So like you have the passion to work with women specifically. Like where did that come from?
Pink. No, that's just
you said who?
Great word. Pink. So I kind of fell into it. Pink is my favorite color, of course. So I had to find a way to marry that with the business. Because I tell people in business, the color that you always go to is going to be the color that you want your business to be. You want to make sure you are always looking at something that makes you happy, right? Because otherwise, there's days that we wake up and we're like, I just don't want to do this. I don't want to be bothered, or you have your days where you are going through something or you're depressed or whatever. But when you are in an environment that you like, you stick to it. So I naturally have women attracted to me. I literally taught maybe 4 men in my whole entire time being a notary because they see, when they see me, it's more feminine energy, more women, pink, and they kind of shy away from that. Although I can teach everybody the same thing. But it's just natural that me being a woman, a wife, a mother, and I'm always talking about those things. I get women naturally attract to me, and then I'm older. I'm not so young, but ironically, most of the people who take my classes are a lot younger than me. I guess it's the energy that you give off too. I always say that the clients because people always say, oh, well, why do you share other people's information? Like if I see something you post and I think it could benefit my notary world, I'm going to share it. Unless me and you have an issue because, I'm still New York. Unless, me and you have an issue, I have no problem with sharing your information, sharing something that maybe notaries in Detroit or Chicago or, California can benefit from because I'm in Georgia. So people say, why do you do that? It's because it's better to collaborate than it is to
compete.
To be against each other. We could grow so much if we make this industry a comfortable industry for everybody. You find people that, just naturally can't do it. They feel like everything is a competition, but those are the people you stay away from. So the people that come to me is typically more or less my soulmate clients.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you're never going to be able to get my soulmate clients, just like I'm never going to be able to take yours. So why not be able to collaborate?
I love that, soulmate clients, because I truly believe that as well. Especially, us coming from the East Coast, competitive is almost like I win, you lose. That's it. Right. And you can't, and you don't collaborate. One thing that I love about Georgia is that they collaborate a lot.
Oh, yes.
They collaborate a lot and they're unapologetic about it and they're like hardcore with it. Yeah. So let me ask you this. Working with wives, mothers, women, is there some unique challenges that they go through that only women would go through, like men wouldn't go through that type of stuff when it comes to this type of business?
Absolutely. Because
like what's some of the challenges that specifically women go through?
Well, with women, we have children, right? We're raising our children. Mm-hmm. So that's a big challenge alone. Yes, men have, there's their kids too, but it's different. It's so different when it's us. Because if we are both in the household, whether we're not or we are, mm-hmm. we still have that mothering, nurturing. We have to make sure the kids are straight, right? So when we think about whatever it is that we're doing in life, we have to incorporate our children. Men don't necessarily have to do that. We always think, okay, for the household or for the kids, or, if you're married, of course, for the entire house. And that's typically not how men usually think. They're thinking of, I got to get this money. So whatever it takes, I'm going to go do it. We have to incorporate our children in how we make money. So being a notary helps you be able to be home when you need to be home and be in business when you need to be in business. And the fact that we can make it automated, as you guys do teach, then it makes our lives a little bit easier, right? Because if we can't turn this into, if we have to be an employee of our business the whole entire time, then what are we doing? Because we can work for anybody at that point, right? Yeah. So the goal is to make it to where we're living the life that we want, right? And being able to take care of our families and still have money coming in that will, suffice whatever lifestyle we want to live. So with women, that is more of a challenge just because we incorporate our kids. Now, as a notary signing agent, mm-hmm. I incorporated my kids completely because I have a 20-year-old and a 24-year-old. So guess who my witnesses are?
Indeed. Indeed.
So soon as somebody be like, well, I need to bring a witness. Oh, I got you. 15 or 20 extra dollars to take him along. And then I'm like, hey, son, you want to make $15?
Yeah.
Get these documents.
Indeed.
Right? So you can incorporate them. But at the end of the day, I'm still a mother and I'm still thinking of my children. So I think that, that's how we tackle life when it comes to those who are moms. And for those who are not moms, as a woman, we just go through different things in our lives where you may feel more comfortable talking to a woman. So let's just say you are struggling in, your home environment, or you're struggling in whatever, to have somebody that you're comfortable to talk to and still be able to teach you business is a blessing. And to be able to have that women to women conversation and still not have you feel like, oh my God, like I just told her all this and now she's not gonna help me. No, that's not how that works. So when you have that I'm saying the word wrong probably. So I'm not even gonna go there. When you have that bond, right? Yes. It makes life a little easier for women because we need that. We need that support from each other.
I love that. You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I don't have the temperament for that, right? Like you start telling me all about your problems and shit. I'm like, nigga, like,
do you want to do this or that?
right. Like because I get stumbled, right? But I'm so grateful for people like you that do take that time out because we do need that outlet, right? Mm-hmm. and someone to vent to, and get that out, because I have my, of course, business coaches. Then I have my social coaches too that I talk to. Like, all right, look, I got to vent. I got to tell you what's going on and get this shit off my chest before I kill somebody out here, right? So, shout out to you on that. Now, last question before we go into the quick Q&A. How the hell are you getting people to do at 150 when I know people in Georgia like, man, I'm charging $45. like for real, they're telling me that they're charging $45, $40 for a reverse mortgage, printing out 600 pages and all of that. Like, it's the numbers that I get from Georgia is baffling.
That's crazy. And maybe that's why my class stay packed.
Probably because Georgia is like, even Andre Hatchett, shout out to Andre Hatchett. He's like, the mentality of people in Georgia that's in the notary business is like, I can't make money in this industry. But then he's like, why did you join the notary business then if you thought you couldn't make money?
Make money. This is so true. And it's a mentality thing. It's okay. I always, and my students and whoever, those who follow me for a long time, they understand. I always say, you change your mind, you change your money, period. Yes. Right? So the mindset is a powerful thing. And so here's the thing is, you have to believe that you're going to do it, and you have to believe in what it is that you say you do is valid, right? Because people always be like, and you're right, Georgia, the mentality out here, half of these people be like, oh no, I'm not going to make no money. Or they'll get the whole little scheme of things that I give them, and then they don't do it. And then they saying they're not making no money. Well, you're not even trying. Right. So first of all, you should not be making no $45 for no refinance. To be honest, for a loan modification, if you guys all know what that is, a lot of people get loan modifications as well. And we get a lot of that as notary signing agents. And you actually don't need to be a notary or a signing agent to do loan modifications, and people misunderstand that. But you at $45 and $50, it should be a modification, and that's about it. Right? So it comes with growing, and it comes with knowing your worth, right? And it comes with knowing what you can and cannot charge. If you've done this for a long time, then you know what it's worth. You already know how many papers you're printing out. They don't even have to tell you that. If you hear refinance, you already know you in the hundreds, right? So you know what it takes to print. You have to do the math. And whatever your math comes out to be, that's what it is. So as a notary signing agent, you're not just a notary, right? Because you have to be able, the company that hires you have to know that you understand what you're doing, right? And that's where the understanding of being a signing agent comes from. And then the notary part of it, maybe 1 or 2 documents need to be notarized out of that whole packet, right? So you have to know what you're doing. And once you have the experience, or you know what the documents look like and you can articulate that, then you know what to charge. Yeah. $2 to charge for a general notary job is somebody that I might see, I'm already in the UPS center and they need a notary and the notary is missing. It's like, okay, I'll do it for you for $2 since they're not here, right? That should never be what you're charging when you are a mobile notary. That changes the game, your convenience, your time, your printing of paperwork, if you have to print paperwork, right? It's all of those things that you add up, and you have to be able to articulate why you charge what you charge. When you are good at that, you can charge whatever makes sense. I've had people call me and I'm like, it'll be $50 if I come to you, and they in my town, and they'll be like, oh, well, the last person told me $75. And I'm not going to knock that last person, because guess what? They're probably not as close as I am. So they're going to charge more for miles and for their convenience. For their convenience. So it's like, oh, okay, well, if you want me to come out instead, I can, because you called me after, so you're looking for a better rate, clearly. So it's a matter of getting them off the phone and getting them into some type of system, because like Tech Say, which I love how he teaches that whole thing, don't out-talk yourself the job. And a lot of people do. They start getting into details and facts on the phone, and people don't want to hear that. They just want to know if you could do the job or not. Let me go ahead and send you this form. Let me text it to you. Bam. If they pay the deposit, because I suggest people do a $10, $15 deposit and get the rest when they get there. I don't care if I pay $5, $2. If I paid a deposit and filled out that form, then you coming to my house to do this job. So You know, it's a matter of getting them off the phone, getting them into the form, and bam, the job will come easy. It keeps coming. Before you know it, you're like, okay, well, you know, I'm making money in Georgia. I just did 4 notary jobs at $50 a piece, right? Because that's just general notary work. That's already $200, and I didn't really go far. So to do loan modifications and things like that, I do teach in my class, which is really simple to know your worth, what the roundabout is going for everybody else, right?
Yes.
And then put your own tax on it, because who's gonna tell you can't, right? Who?
I'm with you.
It's not a general notary job, so you're not just charging $2 or $4 for some. So you
and also with those jobs, those are if you have a location and they go to your location,
exactly,
then you charge that fee. But once it's like outside of a location, then you're running those numbers up.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That is right there. That's it.
Yeah.
People don't get it.
So we're about to go into Q&A. Let's see if you guys have some questions for the incomparable Coach T, ladies and gentlemen. You can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Say your name, say where you're from, and then go ahead. Let's shoot into some questions, some Q&A.
Absolutely.
So in the meantime, we had some people in the chat. They was like, somebody said their happy color is green. Jessica said her happy color is green.
So that must be your business colors, Jessica.
What's it? Can you guys unmute yourself?
Purple makes me happy. Yeah. You know, a lot of notaries use the color purple. I love that color too. It is.
Yeah, I love that purple.
Very royal.
Tanika, you know my color is blue, so I got a blue butterfly.
Erica. Yes,
hey.
Absolutely. So Erica's one of my students. Actually, she's been a student for a while. She's been going through the process.
What's up, Erica?
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling.
Trying to get this stuff up and running.
Absolutely. But, Erica's in Texas.
You know.
Yeah, we got run those numbers up. What's your question, dear?
Well, my question is, outside of Thumbtack, are there any other places to get leads outside of Thumbtack?
So outside of Thumbtack, there's an app that somebody else told me about called Neighborhood.
You said Neighborhood?
Neighborhood.
Okay.
And let me make sure I'm saying that right. And for some, I've never really used it. I'm just going to be honest, but it pretty much gives you a demographic of where you are, of the people right in your specific neighborhood. And you can post in there and people will respond if they need a notary. So it's kind of like your immediate area. So that way it's like walking distance.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Literally, like if you live in a subdivision or if you live in an area, people can actually say, oh yeah, we have a notary in a neighborhood app and she lives in this area. I thought that was so cool. So I'm definitely going to do some investigating with that, but that may be something to do as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll add to that, Erica. So this will be a rapid fire real quick. So you'll probably have to play the replay. So do the Google my business, 123 Notary Rotary. Although those sites look very dated, they still have a pocket of a lot of attorneys and loan signing places that go to them, right? Notary Cafe is another one. I know notaries making money off of Fiverr, believe it or not. They've actually put their services on Fiverr and actually got clients, which was I've been meaning to tap into that. Fiverr, what else? There's you definitely got
you said Notary Rotary. Now is Notary Rotary for just notary work?
Yeah. For loan signing jobs. Yeah, so 123 Notary and Notary Rotary, they're pretty similar to that. And Yelp, don't do the paid Yelp do the free Yelp. The paid one ain't worth shit. So do the free Yelp and then get some clients off of that. The problem with Yelp is people treat Yelp like Groupon. So they're gonna try to get like some deep discounts with you. Just stand your ground. Don't give no deep discount. Just say your price is your price.
Have you ever thought of using Groupon? Now that you say that,
I ain't touching Groupon with a 10
no.
foot.
You would have to super discount your prices. Huh?
Super discount. I gotta charge it like $1,000, and then it'd be like,
say it's only gonna be 100.
Yeah, I'm not doing those guys at all. So those are, I think I gave you like 5 or more to just set up accounts with them. Now the Notary Cafe, I do recommend that you do the pro version. The pro version is like $26 or $39 for the whole year, right? So that allows you to pop up on the first page of that list. I use Notary Cafe all the time when I'm looking for notaries, all the time.
Okay.
You're mute. I see your lips moving, but you're muted.
I'm sorry.
There you
I
go.
said, what was?
What's that?
Ooh, forgive me. I've been moving. My mind ain't right.
It's all good. It's all good. Take a shot of tequila and shit.
Right.
I will when I get back. So I got some pineapple vodka in there.
Yeah.
So what was
Look, I know
what
this
was
is
the name
off
of
topic.
your business? I know. What was the name of your business again?
Mine's is U.S. Notary Agency.
U.S.
Yeah, so you can register with me as well. So you could just go to the website. At the bottom of the footer, it says "Join Us," and then you'll be able to put whatever section that you're in, and then we'll put you in. Yeah. So
Okay.
so here's
with me being in a non-attorney state. I know Georgia is an attorney state. You all were talking about attorney states, but as far as a non-attorney state, she touched on a lot of things for non-attorney states, but a lot of it was for Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to know what for a non-attorney state, what we can charge.
Shit,
For
anything
Texas.
you want.
I was going to say, yeah. So Texas, I think the fee is what, $5 per just general.
5 or 6, something like that.
Right. So then what you would do with that is do the math as well. So you would do the 5 or 6 plus. Well, we're gonna have to learn some math in order to do this because we need to make sure our money is right.
Okay, so the base is $6. And
right.
then you add up your mileage. You see where they are, add up your mileage. And it's like, what is it, like 50 some cents a mile or something like that?
Shit, girl, listen, Erica, listen to me, please. Don't follow none of that shit. Fuck all that, yo. Like, get your money. Like, hold up. You about to calculate some trigonometry numbers right here. Like,
that's why she said I hate math.
And per mile, it said that I can only charge 3 cents of a dollar. No. Listen, in Illinois, they say I can only charge $1. If you think I got into this notary business to charge $1
for $1, no.
You gotta have to come get me.
That's if they're coming to you, and I understand. So the notary that I paid to do my my certificate, my notary certificate, that was $35. But I saw some others on there, 65, 70, stuff like that. So I just didn't know whether there was a certain criteria because I done forgot some stuff.
Yeah,
but
so here's the thing.
Certain criteria.
Because we live in the United States, this is a free market. We live in a free market society, meaning that if your price is too high, I don't have to go with you. Right. You know what I mean? Like okay, it's too high. I'm gonna call somebody else. You don't have to force it down their throat, right? But if they go with you, they're like, well, our fee is $150. Okay, how soon can you come out? Boom, that's your sale right there. You close the deal, you keep it moving. You can justify it later. You got a good accountant, you can justify all of those costs.
Absolutely.
They'll be like, well, it was sunny and it caused the car to use more gas that day. Like,
as long as you could articulate it, you got it.
Right.
As long as you can articulate it when the question comes,
Right.
that's all that matters.
I got you. That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got.
Thank you so much, Erica. Get that money, girl.
Absolutely.
Who else wants to come on live? Who else wants to come on live? State your name and your state, please. This is great.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, Tekamaku in the Bay.
Yeah. Boom. Hey, I have a question. I might have missed this, but I want to. First of all, I like that you said tax that ass. I like that. I like that. But I wanted to ask you. I might have missed it. How did you get started in notary? And if you already answered that question, then I can go back across the replay. But did you already answer that question or not?
No. That's a great question.
So your question is, how did I get started?
Yeah.
So I've been in banking for 13 years, so I was always a notary. So the difference is in 2019, when things started going sideways, I literally was like, okay, so what else could I do? Because I'm tired of the 9 to 5. I'm tired of getting up on everybody else's time. I'm tired. Right? And at the time, it's like my kids are a little older. So it's like, okay, there's got to be more to just doing getting up 8 a.m., getting home at 5 o'clock. Like, even though I'm out of the phase with the kids being small, it was just like, okay, but I just don't want to do this anymore. I love to travel. I love to be home doing stuff and just being out and about and being able to be available whenever I want to be available. So I started just, going to YouTube, social media, different places, and starting to read on more about notary work. Because I've seen a little bit of splash here and there. Because, when you start talking about something, it comes on your phone 1,000 times. You start seeing it everywhere. It's like, okay, so let me just do a little bit more, because this seemed like something that I could be good at. I love the paperwork of things. I didn't necessarily like to talk to people, right? But I did like the backside of everything. So I just started teaching myself. And then I took Mark Wills, I think is his name, loan signing agent class. And not to knock anybody, it wasn't for me, but I already paid for the class, so I got what I needed to try to get out of it. I just felt like it was geared towards Cali and that's what made me do classes geared towards everybody, and not just Cali, because a lot of people like me, I seen it and I'm like, this is the first thing that I see, so let me try it out, which I should have waited to get into some other stuff, but I didn't know better. So that's pretty much how I got into it. Once I learned a little bit of what he got, I started running with everything else on my own. And then ended up, people started asking me questions. And then my DMs got crazy. And I'm like, maybe I need to teach a class. And I literally, my first class was like $24. And I had like 30 people in the class. And I was just like, that ain't enough to charge if that many people showing up. So that's really how I got started. And then, of course, as you guys probably already know, as you're teaching people, you're learning too. So
yes, that's the best way to learn.
That's how I grow.
Shout out to, we got Tahisha Williams. Shout out to Notary SEAL team out in VA. She said technically the mileage is 62 cents a mile as of July 1st, but you charge what you charge. Don't use the mileage rate to calculate your fees. Shout out to you, Tahisha.
Absolutely. That's just like something you should know, but it ain't like, this is what I'm going by. It should be $1 per mile, really. but you can make it $1 per mile.
But we got we'll get 2 more questions, and Coach T has a special offer for you guys too.
A quick question.
Is that Dawn?
This is Dawn. Hey.
Whoop, whoop. Go SEAL team.
Go SEAL team, always in the building. So I'm here in Florida, and I have 2 questions for you. The first question for you is, what is your Instagram so I can follow you?
Okay, it's Ladies in the Stamp.
I've seen that.
I love that name, by the way.
Sounds so familiar.
Is that the play
That's
off the
so
movie?
cute.
It was.
I love that.
That is cute.
Very
You gotta
memorable.
be careful.
Dawn, you're breaking up.
You gotta be careful because there's
Yeah, it's breaking up.
one called Lady with the Stamp.
Somebody's breaking up. Might have to reboot or something.
She said,
let's
Can you
take
guys
what.
hear me okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
much better now. Yeah.
I'm moving.
I wasn't even talking. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So my next question for you, you mentioned that you coach people from different states and things like that. So how long did it take you to become familiar with laws for the other states?
So I was already, for the other states. Okay. So for the other states, I kind of learned as I went along. So as I was getting people asking me questions, I started. So if somebody reached out to me and they asked me a question about Texas, instead of turning around and saying, oh, I don't know, I would start doing a whole research on the whole state of Texas and what is included in that. That's how I was going along about it as people reached out to me, because coming from banking, it's about customer service, right? So instead of just turning people down, it would be, let me get the answer for you. That was my mentality coming in. And that's how I learned more and more and more. And I still tell people who are in business, like, part of the problem is the customer service, right? Because when you don't answer phones or when your customer service is horrible, then you are going to miss a lot of business. And then it seems like you're not getting business, but you're actually missing business.
Indeed. Hey, Monique, we got Compton in the house. Compton, that's the Brooklyn. That's the Brooklyn of Cali right there.
Cali.
What up, Compton? Hey, right. we got time for one more question, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and then have Coach T give a special announcement to you guys. Who wants to go live? State your name and your state. You guys are lit today.
Right.
I love, you see the chat, Coach T, it's lit the hell up. All right, so it looked like, okay, Tech, you got another question, bro?
Yeah, just one more, I guess. It follows up with what you were just saying, because I think you're right as far as that customer service thing. And that's something that I'm really trying to get heavy into now. And like Tiger, you know that. Trying to add other elements to the business. But Coach T, what would you think? What would you say? Because I agree with you on that. A lot of it has to do with notary, but a lot of it doesn't. What would you say is the maybe one of the top ways to get continued repeat customers? Would you say customer service is one of those, or what would you say is one of the top ways to continuously get repeat business and make sure you're out?
So one of the best ways is to get repeat business is to do the follow-up. A lot of times as notaries, we think it's a one and done job when it's really not. So when you have, let's just say somebody call you, right? You get the job, you go do it, follow up, because you had to call that person. So you have their number or you have some contact. Follow up maybe a week later. Hey, I hope everything's going well. Just a simple thank you. If they didn't leave you a review, please leave me a review for the services, right? So it's just a simple follow-up. I've had people call me saying, hey, you did a notary for Susan and she said that you come to the house. It's like, absolutely, right? But Susan probably wouldn't have shared my information if I didn't do a follow-up or any little text or something to say, hey, leave me a review. Now I'm on her mind and I'm in her phone. So customer service goes a long way, and something just as small as a follow-up will get you repeated business. And it don't even have to be people they know. People talk about things generally, right? So if somebody else is saying something, oh, well, this notary came to my house. She texts me. Let me give you her number. She might be able to help you, right? Something just that simple. So yeah, it's definitely, the proof is in the follow-up and definitely in the customer service. People like genuinely meeting good people.
Awesome. Say that again, Tech.
I was saying, you call every single person. That's really unique.
No, but I will text somebody that I've worked that I went to their house and did a notary signing job for, or a notary job. I will text them because not only do I want a referral, I want them to have my number, right?
Wow. Fantastic.
But the referral is my real reason for texting. But nevertheless, by doing that, they respond, oh, I left the message already. Whatever it is that they respond back to, or even if they don't, you'll see that they left a referral. You always want to leave something behind so they can give you some type of accolade, whether it's your Google page or your Facebook page or whatever it is that, you leave to say, hey, if I did a good job today, please leave me a review.
Shout out to Donnie Bryant on YouTube. He said that this interview is great.
Oh, thanks.
And that's my sales copy coach right there. So he say it's great. It's great. So let's talk about the CEO. My CEO. I just put the link. I just put the link in there for you guys.
Thank you.
Yes. So the Notary CEO Circle. I don't know. Like, you must got some sales copy in you. Because you be coming up with some dope ass names. I ain't even gonna lie. Ladies in the Stamp, Notary CEO Circle. I'm like, come on, man. Like, she killing it.
When you're about business, wait, let me back up. I'm a Gemini, y'all. So if y'all know anything about Geminis, we stay busy. And when we say we're gonna do something, we do it. But nevertheless, so of course, you have classes. It's a hit or miss because it's either you want to be a notary or you don't. So it's not like an ongoing forever thing. So a lot of people still need help after the fact. They take the class. Everybody don't learn at everybody's pace. Everybody don't understand at everybody else's pace. So I created the Notary CEO Circle for everybody to kind of work with each other. And a lot of people in the CEO Circle or that end up being a part of the circle is because they're looking for help. They're looking for extra support. They're looking for accountability. They're looking for some extra learning. Yeah, you may have learned how to do this, but sometimes you need a refresher, right? All of that is in the CEO Circle. And then of course, if somebody reaches out to me and say, hey, and I've had this done on numerous occasions, Pennsylvania or Ohio, can you, because it says global on my webpage, can I get a notary? I'm in such and such Ohio. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now the CEO Circle allows me to be able to go, hey, where you at in Ohio? I got a job for you, right? And I don't get anything for the job. I'm not asking for in between fee. I'm not asking for you to cut me a piece. It is your job, period. For the simple fact of being in the environment to help each other. To be honest, it's a great environment already. And I think we're starting to grow more. But last week I did a gift card inside the CEO Circle and I put it for $100 and it was a Starbucks. And I said, everybody in the circle, go get you a coffee, be fair, get one, even if you get a meal or whatever, it's enough for everybody to be able to get something, get your day going. When I say the women in the circle is so amazing, Friday, one of the other ladies counteracted and said, here's a card for Friday, y'all. Everybody that drinks on me. So the environment is amazing. It's what I wanted to create because I'm that kind of person and I like to give. I like to be able to share. I want everybody to be able to make money. So I'm finding, like I told you earlier, those soulmate people, they attract to you because now to be able to, because it's my thing, to be able to do that for my community and then turn around one of the girls in there, just say, hey, Coach T did it last week. Here you go. This is for you this week. Shows me that I'm doing something right. So this is definitely a circle that you get a lot of support and a lot of help from.
I love that. I love that. So they can go to the Notary CEO Circle at ladiesinthestamp.com.
Correct. Absolutely. You got it right. Yep. So you can, and it's $24.95 a month.
Okay.
No obligation. If you say, oh, this ain't for me, which I highly doubt, but if you say that, then you can just cancel and it's no thing. It ain't no thing. I might reach out and be like, hey girl, what I did wrong. But nevertheless, because that's the customer service part of me, nevertheless, you are more than welcome to get in, see what we're about. This week is actually, we have last week we did our mental health week. sort of say, where we even had a therapist come in and she kind of did a Zoom on, you know, so that way, because a lot of times as women, we go through different things like you was asking earlier. And so balancing work, business, and some of us do notary work part-time, you know, that can be a struggle. And sometimes you doing it alone. So you need to know that you have support. And so it was a great week. We had a whole bunch of different games. So it was amazing. So this was something different. I try to keep it spicy.
So you're creating a whole new environment. I love it.
Yes.
So can I ask another question?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, just real quick. For the CEO Circle, you said they are paying a monthly fee. What platform are you using for that?
My networks.
Thanks.
Because you can create your own app from there. You literally can create your own world and take everybody off of social media and put them into your own world.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you, Coach T, so much for blessing and gracing the kickoff of the show.
Yes, yes.
You did fantastic. I love it. I love it. By the way, Loyal NYC, I see you, girl. I see you. But hey, you guys check her out. Her Instagram page be on fire too. I mean, like, just a genuine, authentic, great person. You can learn a lot from everybody. We're all a community. We are all one. Like, let's not compete. Let's collaborate and get these bags so we can do bigger and greater things out there. So I want to thank you guys for joining the Notary War Room kickoff with Coach T. You heard?
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for having me.
And this will be streamed live on all platforms. I'm gonna blow this shit up. Plus, you from BK, so you know how we do. Right. You know how we do.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a pleasure. It was such a pleasure to be able to get to do this with you. I'm glad Tech joined in because he did also do something for me as well. So see how that goes full circle.
Yes, yes, indeed. And Dawn, you're next, dear. Tomorrow, we're going to Florida. We're getting on this virtual plane and we're going to Florida and stopping it up with my girl, Dawn Velez.
Yes, yes.
So, oh yeah, it's Queen Edition for real.
Will you share those Zooms with us as well? Because I would love
to be there.
Absolutely. Okay, awesome.
So yeah, be on point for that. 4th of July, we're kicking it off with Dawn Velez. It's about to be epic. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace, love, and cash flow. You heard?
Happy 4th.